Hello students, in this video I'm going to walk you through our Blackboard site for Bio 120 Lab. And so this is just a short video that shows you how to navigate through our Blackboard site. So let's take a look at our Blackboard site. So every individual has a Blackboard page. My page looks something like this, yours might be different. We are in Biology 120. And I have different courses. You will have the courses listed here that you are currently in winter 2021. I'm going to click on my Blackboard site for Bio 120 section 901. I actually teach 3 sections of Bio 120 Lab, and I'm using this same video for all 3 sections. So there might be tiny differences between our websites, a difference in picture or color, but basically these are the same websites. So when you arrive at your Bio 120 Lab Blackboard site, this is what it's going to look like. The first page will be announcements. So there may be an announcement that you need to read. Announcements will also come to your email directly, your GBSU email. And then there are a series of interesting things on the left-hand side that you can click on and find. So there are buttons like Begin Here. That's a good place to start. Our syllabus and lab safety. Exercises. This is the button you'll use the most. Groups. This is the button you'll find out which group you're a part of. Supplementary material. Things like graphing materials and materials on the t-test and how to calculate means and standard deviations. The key to our assignments, when I post keys, they will be in this button. You may check your grades or look at instructor information, send an email to me or to other people in the class. There are also some other tools down here. Collaborate Ultra is useful if we're having a group meeting. This is information about drop-in hours for tutoring and other university resources, etc. Okay. Well, if I were going to start this, I would start at the Begin Here symbol. And then I would kind of look through all of the buttons to kind of get a feeling for what's going on. So I'm going to begin here. So I click on that button, and I can see there are a number of things to begin with. Introductory videos. So I've got an introduction to myself. You can check that out. My dog, one of my dogs, we just adopted a second dog. And here, navigating our Blackboard site will be this video. And you'll want to start with these. Then, what else is in our Begin Here button? When you're, by the way, using Blackboard, you simply click on these links. And most of you have been here before and used Blackboard as your learning management system before. But here's the schedule and the instructor information. So if I click on that, the lab schedule and syllabus is critical, right? This information is a general lab schedule that is for all of the labs, all like 20 or whatever, how many labs we have. And what it has is a schedule. The schedule is critical. It's called we have a staggered hybrid lab schedule. We are dividing you into 2 groups. Each lab section will be made up of a group A and a group B. I've got that posted on Blackboard already, so you need to find out what group you're in. And then this tells us the day of lab, or the week of lab, I should say, and the exercise we're doing, and whether that exercise is online, ONL, or FTF, face-to-face. And you will see that you have, throughout the semester, you should have 5 face-to-face labs, and the rest, I would believe that's 7 or 8, online exercises that you'll be doing. And Group A is different than Group B. And so you'll always need to know what group you're a part of to know when assignments are due, etc. Okay? In this staggered hybrid schedule, you'll also see lots of information about what's required for the lecture, what's required for you as a student. The point distribution. This point distribution honestly isn't quite right. It'll be close to this, but there's some typos in here. The point distribution is around 300 points, with pre-lab assignments 7.5 points each, and worksheets typically 16 points each. The total lab will be worth 25% of your grade in Bio 120, the course Bio 120. And so at the end of the lab, I will send the percent that you've earned to your lecture instructor. And your lecture instructor will then calculate your overall grade in the lecture and lab put together. Okay. Also, there's information about who's teaching which lab, where the room is that you need to go, etc. Okay. And there's information here about typical syllabus information. It's all in here. There's a lot of goodies in here to take a look at, okay? Okay. What else do I have under lab schedule and instructor information? Oh, I just simply have a list of who I am, my office hours and such, and where you're going to meet. So this is for my section 901. All right. Under the Begin Here button, I also have a master schedule for assignment due dates. This is kind of this is what I use all the time when I'm writing emails, when I'm putting assignments up. This is my master schedule that tells you the week of lab, the exercise we're doing, and the assignments and the due date for each group. This is group A. So I can see in January 18 here, I've got exercise 0, getting ready. And I have some assignment due dates already in the first week of lab. But notice that most of the time, pre-lab quizzes, there's pre-lab quizzes and worksheets. Pre-lab quizzes tend to be due on Sunday nights at midnight, and worksheets tend to be due on Fridays at 6 p.m. And you can see that if you scroll all the way through this schedule. This is Group B's schedule. It's different. We have a different set of exercises, remember, because we have the staggered hybrid. And you can see exactly what's due, when it's due, the due dates on here. Okay? This is your master planning list, if you will. There's also information here about the lab safety information. So if I click on here, this is kind of strange, but there are several things to look at for lab safety. Before you come to lab for the first time, I want you to look at the lab safety information. Okay? There's a video about lab safety during the time of COVID. There's a PowerPoint that just explains lab safety in general. We will have 5 face-to-face labs. You need to know this safety information. Okay, so after I've gone to my Begin Here, I'm ready to get started, if you will. And so what I'll do typically is I will go to my exercises. Each week you have an exercise. And if you look at the master schedule, you can find out that both groups A and B have an exercise during the first week. It's called exercise 0, getting ready or sciencing up or something like that. All right, so in each folder, and I have lots of folders here. Some of them have to be modified, but the first 3 are ready to go. In each folder, you will see kind of 4 things. First, you will see at least 4 things. In introduction information that just says, hey, these are all the things that you have in this folder. This is what we'll be doing. So it says here what we have in exercise 0. Okay, it's kind of an introduction. And then you have an exercise document. This is the document that you'll read first. So I can click directly on that link and it links me to, I'm using Google Docs. Some Bio 120 labs will use PDFs or use Word documents, but I'm using Google Docs. Okay, and so you can read this exercise. It's all about how do we do science. Actually, it's not. It's a little bit about how we handle this course, what's going to happen in this course, and then how do we display data. Because we're going to be really early on starting to display data, making figures and making graphs of different kinds. And so we want you to know how to do that. So you follow all that information, and then after you've read that, you'll have to take a pre-lab quiz. Your pre-lab quiz, you click on this and you will take a 15-question pre-lab quiz worth 7.5 points. These pre-lab quizzes are typically due on Sunday nights. Exercise 0's pre-lab quiz is sneaky. It's going to be due on the first week of classes on Friday at 6 p.m. And so that's kind of sneaky, okay? I will send out an email about that. And then you'll have an assignment worksheet. So, and you'll have to click on this worksheet assignment link to upload your assignment. But I notice in the instructions here it says, find the worksheet assignment at this link, make a copy of this document, complete the worksheet, and submit it. So if I click on this Google Doc, I can see my worksheet assignment. This first worksheet is only worth 12 points. It's a little smaller than the others. And I have to do a couple of things in this worksheet. Tells me what to do exactly, how to do it, and then it tells me what I need to submit it as a PDF document. Every single exercise, if I click on my exercise and documents, it has a folder. So I have exercise 0, and then exercise 1, and then oddly exercise 10. These are all 3 online exercises, and we will be doing online exercises for the first 3 weeks of classes. And that's why we have them up front. And if you click in exercise 1, you can see all of the materials that are present for exercise 1 as well. Okay. I will typically send you out an email every week that tells you what you need to do and when it's due, just to remind you of what's happening and to keep you posted. Okay. Let's see, what else do we need to know? You need to find out what group you're a part of. So as a student, this is the student mode I'm showing you. It says I'm not enrolled. You will be enrolled in a group. If you're not enrolled in a group, email me as soon as possible. Sometimes students change lab sections at the last minute and I don't enroll you in the right group. Group A or Group B. This is critical for knowing when things are due. And supplementary materials. So here you can look at things like graphing or calculating means and standard deviations using your graphing calculator. T-tests. So if I click on the graphing button, I have some videos and such here, or information about how to make a hand-drawn figure or how to make a figure in Excel, a grading rubric for the graph. So that could be important information for you. If I click on my keys to worksheets, I don't have anything in them yet because we haven't had any worksheets due. I can click on my check on my grades. There's a few things that have been posted because I've got 3 exercises set up, and I can see what grades what I've completed, okay, and what's coming up. And my instructor information is pretty basic here. Let's see if there's anything else useful here. Those are the big things. Mostly you will be clicking on the exercise in the documents button and using that each week. And you will be using the announcements information. I will be regularly sending you out announcements. And so this is how we navigate. This is how I would navigate our Blackboard site. And I will soon send you out more information about specific details of the course. Thanks.